we're going to get into the left hip flexor. We're going to start in the lunge. So you can pad up the back knee and place a pillow or like a folded yoga mat underneath your knee if it's sore. And then we're just going to just come into a basic lunge and just sinking nice and low into that right knee. Nice and low. Just going as low as you can. And then just starting to just twist the torso around until you're facing the front. So let's just stay here. We're going to try and hold each pose for about 5 minutes. So thinking about just using your breath here. 5 minutes, and just keep twisting over towards the right. So notice if you sort of slanted over. You just place one hand on the thigh. Just working into anywhere that feels tight across that big muscle down the whole of the left hip flexor. So starting to just lean the knee into the floor and almost like contract the knee down into the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. So the right foot, you can walk forwards a little bit and just start to explore if that deepens the stretch or not. So just bringing the right foot forwards. We've about 4 minutes left in this stretch. So you might start to just be able to sink a little bit deeper after each go, after each minute. Breathing. And then we're going to add on to the stretches. So if you can just start to explore the movement, so if you start to back bend a little bit, you'll feel the stretch deepening all down that left hip flexor. So almost press into your right hand on the thigh and just lift the chest. And place one hand on the lower back. Keep twisting over to the right a little bit. Breathing here. Okay, if it starts to get too much, you can just back out, so just straightening the leg a little bit, and then working yourself back into that stretch, and moving that right foot back forwards. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. Twisting over to the right. You can do some moves here, but try to just go back and hold the stretch. Really nice and low into that left hip flexor. 3 minutes, lifting the chest up nice and tall. Thinking about pressing down through the left knee into the floor. Okay, just moving backwards and into it again. As soon as you start to feel that it's getting a little bit too intense. Reaching forwards, lifting the chest, almost like a little back bend. Good, 2 more minutes. Might be able to just lunge a little bit further now into it and move that right foot forwards. more minutes. Keep twisting over to the right. Keep it just exploring how much pressure you put into that back knee, so you can really start to drive the back knee down into the floor. That will really intensify that stretch, almost like you're trying to straighten that left leg a little bit. Push the left knee into the floor. Not long to go on the sides. Walk the right foot forwards maybe a little bit and lunge even deeper into that stretch. So you can see my right foot's quite far forward now. You can bring the fingertips to the floor if they'll go down. And last minute, just twisting over to the right. And if you've gone too far with that foot, just bringing it back slightly. This is a big old muscle to work into. So breathe through it. Backing out any point, last 30 seconds and going all the way back down into that stretch. So this is a really simple lunge, but we're just holding it for 5 minutes here. You can hold it for slightly longer if you want, or slightly less, but trying to get the maximum amount of hold in this position. Inching forwards into the stretch. I'm going to come out now, so just starting to just straighten that leg, that right leg, getting yourself a bit further out of the stretch. Good. And then we're going to bring the right foot forwards again. Go back into our lunge, and this time we're going to add some side bend, so going nice and low into the lunge. Take your left hand down and bring your right arm up over the ear.
No.
Breathing in.
No. What are you doing?
Breathing out, lifting the arm all the way over the ear. Exploring that stretch across the right side of your torso. And then trying the other side, left arm over the ear. Big breath in. This takes it into a bit more down the right side of the body of the waist. Nice big lunge. Big stretch across the left side and the right shoulder. Moving your right foot forwards. And then just coming out and again stretching over. In, forwards. Just doing these little movements with the left arm.
The boba.
Reaching through the left hand. You can feel when you reach that it really stretches the left hip flexor. Hold this for another 2 minutes. You can carry on doing these arm movements and just slightly twisting to the right. And if your knee starts to hurt at all through this, then just bringing it onto like a cushion or a rolled up yoga mat, or just a soft carpet, soft bit of rug. Going back for the last minute and a half into the side stretch. If at any point you go too far, just walk the right foot in closer towards you, lunging nice and deep. And you should be feeling a bit more open across the left hip flexor now. last minute, reaching with the left hand. All the way over. Even more forwards into the stretch. And then we're going to do, come out of this for a second, just stretch out that left hip flexor to come straight. We're going to add on a few contractions. So we're going to start to drive the left knee forwards without actually physically moving it. So we're going to go back into that stretch and then do 10 contractions. So move your right foot forwards again. Then we're going to try and drag that left knee forwards 10 times. So coming back forwards, drive the left knee forwards, walk the right foot forwards a bit more, and then 1, and 2, slight movements, 3, contracting that left thigh, pulling that left hip flexor forwards, 4, 5, 6, it's almost like a hugging in of both knees, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hugging and hold it for 10. Keep squeezing that left hip forwards. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Backing out of the stretch and just stretching that left hip flexor out again. The next one we're going to do, we're going to start to come back into the lizard lunge. You're going to place your hands down towards the floor and tuck the toes of your left foot into the ground. And just start to lunge forward. So you'll notice that this starts to take it a bit out of the stretch. It slackens slightly. So that's okay, just going to lean forward into it. What we're going to do is tucking the toes of the back foot. We're going to try and straighten the back leg without lifting the hips up. So just going to push the back leg straight. 10 of these contractions. So very slow, very light. 2, 3, just trying to stretch it straight. 4, and you're working into the quad here as well a little bit. 5, so not lifting the hips up at all. 6, the hips stay nice and low. 7, 8, 9, and last one, big squeeze, 10, 3, 2, and 1, and then drop that knee back down. Come back up, straighten and stretch that right leg out. And then the last one we're going to go into is quad stretches. Quads play a big part, they're a big muscle involved in the hip flexor and the splits. So you're going to go back in, and this one you really need like something under your knee. So I'm just going to makeshift jump under the knee. Makes it so much more bearable because we're going to be in here for 5 minutes. So you're going to lean forwards and then pick up the back foot, holding onto the foot, and try and just drag the heel towards you. But notice I've twisted to the left, so I'm going to try and twist back towards the right. Walk your right foot forwards a bit more, and then just start to lunge into the stretch. 5 minutes in this one, so this is a big old quad stretch. So thinking about really driving your left knee down into the floor now, so you can add as much contraction here as you can. Just sinking nice and low, and then seeing if you can pull that foot in towards you as much as you can. Breathing in. 5 minutes. This one's probably the hardest one. The quad is a huge, huge muscle. It gets very tight. Just find something to focus on your breath. Nice and low. And it'll open up quite quickly, so if you need, again, back out and then going back in and pulling that foot towards you. And the key when we're doing these is that we are adding contractions in, so we're not just passively stretching and just kind of hanging out like this. Adding the contractions, getting in a little bit of the strength, active stretching and passive stretching. About 4 more minutes. And then we're going to add a few contractions at the end. So again, if you're kind of trying to get better at splits, then you want to be doing these exercises probably about 3 times a week minimum. This sequence should take about 20 minutes. Again, we're slightly moving through a bit faster today. So you can hold them for longer and add some more variations in. And obviously switch and do the other side as well. We're just going to do the left side today. 3 more minutes here. And keep pulling that left foot in closer and then see how far you can go forwards into that left quad. If you're feeling a big, well, when you feel the psoas, the psoas muscles start to stretch, it should feel different sensation than the hip flexor and the quad. So it should feel like kind of a big ache. When you really pull the foot in and then lean into it, it should feel really achy down the front of the thigh. This is the psoas muscle. Someone once told me it should feel like your soul is being squeezed slightly. It's that intense. So yeah, breathing nice and deep. Pulling that foot in. 2 more minutes. I'm edging my foot a bit closer in here. I'm walking my right foot forward so you can come forward into the stretch a little bit more. Maybe balancing your hand on your knee.